Good morning, welcome to Morning Maths, day 22. You just need your pencil and something to write on. Year 3, did you notice yesterday that question 2 on yesterday's work, we did it right when we did our workings. I'm sure you did it right if you didn't do it with me. But when we got to the yellow answer page at the end, the answer wasn't right, was it? I wonder which one of you let your teacher know about that if you were in school. So always keep an eye out for any mistakes and fix them if you can. Question 1, 60 plus a mystery equals 65. Well, at the top there's a picture of 65, 6 tens and 5 units. 6 tens and 5 units. 60 plus what is 65? Well, it's just the 5 units that's missing. 60 plus 5 is, of course, 65. So 5 is the missing number that we need to put in the box. Question 2. This has some words in it, but they're not difficult, hopefully. 4 plus, we can just do the plus sign. Mine went a bit wobbly. 4 plus 2 plus, again, 4. 4 plus 2 plus 4. We can do this on a number line. Starting on 4, we're going to add 2. 1, 2. Then we're going to add 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we get to 10. 4 plus 2 plus 4 equals 10. Our answer to number 2 is 10. We'll be moving on to number 3. Hopefully you'll keep it up. I can do it at the top, so you can still see number 2. Number 3 is a minus. 10 take away, which is the same as minus. 10 minus 9. 10 minus 9. So 10 take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way down to 1. 10 take away 9 is, of course, 1. 9 is actually 1 less than 10, isn't it? Question 4, that's going to be times. We can sing our way through question 4. 5 times 7. We've got 5, but we've actually got it not once, we've got it 7 times. I can sing on my I can sing and count on my fingers. Up to 7 fingers. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 is the answer. 35. So we get that down, and we're on number 5. 14 divided by 2. That's what the apples are for. 14 divided by 2. So I've got 14 apples. It won't work if I haven't. So let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm sharing them between 2. Dividing them by 2. One over here, one over here. You know how sharing works. I'm sharing them out equally into 2 groups. So both groups should have the same number of apples. There we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7's the answer because 14 divided by 2 equals 7. That's year 3 done. Let's go to year 4. Question 6, year 4 level. 300 plus a mystery equals 350. A lot of you are just going to know this instantly. What do you need to add to 300 to get to 350? If we look in the answer, which is 350, you know, the end of the maths sentence, the end of the number sentence is 350. We've got 300 we need. What's missing? It's the 50 that's missing, isn't it? 300 plus 50 equals 350. So you write 50 in the missing box. And we go to question 7. Question 7, 453 added to 281. 3-digit numbers we're using here. 1, 2, 3. Hundreds, tens, and units. 3-digit numbers. We're just adding them. 3 plus 1 is 4. 5 plus 8, let's do that one here. 5 plus 8, 5 plus, whoops, start again. 5 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is 13. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7, and we get 734. Question 8. Our minus question. 486 take away 291. Let's just move this away actually. Keep this number line. Right, I'm on question 8 though. So we're doing minus. 6 minus 1 is 5. 8 take away 9 you can't actually do. 8 needs some help. 4 goes down to a 3 and bring over to 1, which is worth 100. And now 10 tens in the tens column. And we have 18 tens take away 9 tens, which is 9 tens. 400 to take away 200 is 100. 195 is our answer. On to question 9. 231 multiplied by 5. 231 multiplied by 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. That's the standard method. You're probably more used to doing the grid method, so I'll show you the grid method. This is a method you will be doing later in year 4. Don't worry if you don't really understand it right now. I actually just automatically did that one this time for some reason. But here's your grid method. 230 and 1, you'll remember this, multiplied by 5. So when I get my final answer, it should be the same as 1,155. 5 times 2 is 10. And place 2 zeros. 5 times 3 is 15. Place 1 0. 5 times 1 is 5. When you add those up, you'll get 1,155. You could do column method to add up if you need to, but I can see it this time. 1,155. Let's move on to question 10. 928 divided by 4. 928 divided by 4. So, how many 4s fit into 928? How many 4s fit into the 900 first? So I count in 4s, but I mustn't go past 9. I'm really counting in 400s to be honest, but 4, 8 is 2. I got up to 8 and it was 2. Carried a 1. How many 4s in 12? Really we're doing how many 40s in 120. But anyway, how many 4s in 12? 4, 8, 12 is 3. It's worth 30, isn't it? Because it's in the tens column. And how many 4s in 8? 4, 8 is 2. That one is just units. So our answer is 232. I didn't write the question number there. Always write the question numbers. Number 10 that was. And we move on to question 11. We're moving on to the year 5 level work now. Question 11. Value of the 7 in 5.067. 5.067. Do a better 0 than that. Just a 7. It's not in the units column, in case you were thinking that, because units comes before the decimal point. It's in the tenths, no. Hundredths, no. It's in the thousandths column. So the answer is 7 thousandths. Well, that was difficult to write that time. 7 thousandths. As a fraction, as you know, the other way to write the hats is 1 over 10, 1 over 100, and 1 over 1,000. And if you write the hats this way, 1 over 1,000, you can see that it's going to be 7 over 1,000. That 7 is worth 7 over 1,000. There's advantages to different ways of writing the hats, because if you write them in this way, it's basically giving you that word. If you write them in this way, it's basically giving you the fraction. Either way, it should be helping you. If you want to do the decimal, it's change everything to 0 except for the 7. 0.007. 0.007. So fractions and decimals can be worth the same. 7 thousandths is the same as, equals 0.007. Equals means is the same as. Let's go on to question 12. What are we doing here? Adding. A 4-digit number plus a 4-digit number. If we're careful, in year 5 we should get this right, shouldn't we? 8,682 plus 1,953. 2 plus 3 is 5. 8 plus 5 is 13. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 6 is 16. 8 plus 1 plus 1 is 10. 10,635 we get. Just check my addition. Make sure we did the right sign. Addition. Think of all the things that could go wrong and make sure they didn't. That's really what my plan is in maths. Think of all the things that could go wrong. Make sure they didn't go wrong. Question 13, minus. Biggest number at the top. We've got the biggest number at the top, haven't we? 2 take away 0 is 2. 3 take away 0 is 3. This is a bit easy. 7 take away 5 is 2. 5 take away 2 is 3. Quite easy because there was no help or borrowing or taking or whatever you call it required in that question. One of the easiest ones we've done for a while. Let's move on to question 14. Do you know what product means? You can probably guess because question 14 is always times. Well, product does mean times. Good word to know that. 456 times 3. Standard method, 3 times 6 is 18. Put the 8 in the right place. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Just check my times tables. Happy with that? 1,368. And question 15 is division. 4-digit division using the bus stop. Dividing by 4. Sometimes the mouse just is quite difficult to write with. I have to redo things. Anyway, how many 4s in 4 is 1. How many 4s in 6? 4 is 1. I wasn't really singing my way through that properly, was I? How many 4s in 4? 4, and I'm counting my fingers and it's 1. How many 4s in 6? 4, it's 1. But I only sang 4, that says 6, so remainder 2. How many 4s in 22? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 is 5. But I sang to 20, that's actually 22, so remainder 2. And 4 fits into 28. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 and 28, counting on my fingers, it's 7. You can, as I always say, sing your way right through this bus stop, counting on your fingers if you wish, if you need to. So let's go on to question 16. Let's go on to the year 6 work, or the year 6 level work. Value of the 1 in, I wonder if you can say that number, 1,222,222. Well, it's 1 million, because that's when we said it. We said 1,222,222. So I could write it all out with the hats for practice, or I just know it's a million. Now, if you want to know how to write a million, it's 1 and change everything else to zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. 1 and 6 zeros. There's the millions comma. There's the thousands comma, but there's nothing to say anywhere near the thousands, so we don't need to even say it. We just say 1 million. That's question 16. Now question 17. Addition with 5-digit numbers. Lots of zeros in here, so it's probably not too hard once we write it out. 60,900. I'll do a little estimate in my head if I can, or I'll try and do it in my head if I can, to be honest. 200 plus 900 is 1,100. 50,000 plus 60,000 is 110,000. So I think it's 111,100. We'll see if the workings get the same as that. Yeah, 111,100. So I've done it twice, basically. Almost like 2 people done it. Almost like 2 people have done it. I did it in my head and I did it on paper and they were the same. If you can do it in your head as well as on paper, I would suggest you do both. Then you have a lovely double check. Question 18. This is a minus with big 5-digit numbers. 63,000. Now this one's going to have a lot of taking in it. A lot of help needed. Because there's zeros on the top line, and that's what happens when you have zeros on the top line. because you can't do 0 take away 5 in column method, it'll make the column method go wrong. So 0 needs some help. You have to go all the way to the 3. It goes down to a 2. Get 1. Goes down to a 9. 1 over here. Goes down to a 9. 1 over here. 10 take away 5, that is 5. 9 take away 0 is 9. 7. 2 take away 3 we can't do. Get some help from the 6 in the 10,000s column. 12 take away 3 is 9. That 7 is awful. 5 take away 5 is a 0. Let's just fix that 7 because that looks more like a 3 to be honest. It's so messy. 9 take away 2 is 7. I'm checking this carefully. Haven't made a mess of it. Okay, 9,795 and question 19. Let's do a purple one. 1,234 times 5. You can get quite quick at these in the end, but most important thing is always accuracy. Accuracy is more important than speed. 6,170. And I will check over my times tables every time to make sure I'm okay. 6,170 and we're on question 20. Last one. A bus stop with decimals. Not a problem. You just line up the decimal above. Just don't forget that. We're going to divide by 3. How many 3's in 7? 3, 6 is 2. I was saying 6, but that says 7, so carry the 1. How many 3's in 15? 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. That's 5. How many 3's in 1? 3 doesn't fit into 1. So carry on the 1. How many 3's in 15? 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15 is 5. 2.505. Time for the answers. So check your answers carefully against these and check these answers carefully as well. Make sure there's no mistakes here. You should always be on the search for mistakes in your own work, in anyone's work. If you think there is one, double check and see if you're right, see if there is a mistake. I know question 2 is right this time. 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 4 is definitely 10. Thanks for listening.